Very good evening to all the respective participants in this seminar. Before I proceed, I would like to thank Dr. Chandrasekharan for inviting me as a guest speaker. All right. I just want you guys think about in the movies, in English movies in the 70s, and you may realize even in 60s. If you notice that in English movies those days, they carry what do you call that? To buy groceries, they carry paper bags. Paper bags. We were wondering why they have to carry paper bags. You know, there's no holder, but it's a paper bag totally. We are talking about 60s and 70s in English movies those days. Okay, it shows that in foreign countries they are aware about what is happening in future. This is something that we need to ponder. All right. And recently in Olympic Tokyo, if you notice, probably you have read up a lot of, in the news, they mention about the medals that gold medals for the Olympic winners, they are given. The medals are made up from the recycle and mainly from the parts of all the gadgets, which includes handphones, laptops, notes, you know. This is something, a miracle. Japanese can think so much, and so we are actually in I'm not putting our country down. So something that we need to think about it, all this. Something is very serious matter. All right, guys. Okay, let me open my presentation. Let me entire screen. 1 minute. Share your entire screen. Is it sharing, sir? Can anyone?
Yes.
Is it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, can. I cannot see.
Cannot see my
there's
slide.
no any sharing. Cannot see your slides. There's no any sharing yet.
Oh, you can't see my slide?
No.
Cannot see.
Cannot see.
Can't see your slides.
Kindly share your full screen.
But can you? Oh wait, hold on.
Share your entire screen.
Hold on. This one, I'm so sorry because my son did something here. That's why I couldn't. All right. Is it sharing? Oh, wait.
Yes.
Now it's sharing.
All right. Can you see my slides, sir?
Yes, can.
All right. The main topic is green technology and sustainability strategies. Okay. The topic that given to me is the transformation to circular economy. Well, guys, my name is Ramesh Ram. I'm actually a PhD student from UPSI. Now, at the moment, waiting for my Viva. I already finished my studies, but just that I'm waiting for my Viva exactly. Okay, if you look at this, the model that beside my picture here is, this is what we call a circular economy that is portrayed about this model, okay, which is 5R: refuse, reform, reduced. 1 minute, yeah. Reuse. Oh, sorry. Reuse and recycle. So the aim is we need to a minimum, with the minimum waste, the final destination. So this is all about the circular economy. I portray the model first so that you can capture what I'm going to talk about today. All right. So next. Okay. What is circular economy? All right. The notion of the circular economy has recently been put forth as a strategy to mitigate a climate change. It has gained attention in policy circle and in the engineering and the natural science literature. In contrast to the linear model of production, use and disposable, the point of departure for this circular economy is the creation and sustention of a regenerative system with the goal of minimizing the resource inputs and emission. So a way to transform our system. What will it take to transform our throwaway economy into one where waste is eliminated, resources are calculated, and nature is regenerated? So the circular economy gives us the tool to tackle climate change and biodiversity loss together while addressing important social needs. So it gives us the power to grow a prosperity, jobs, resilience, while cutting a greenhouse gas emission, waste, and pollution. So let us watch a short video about the circular economy to understand better. Okay, guys. Can you watch the video?
We live in a world with finite materials.
We are throwing an awful lot of electronics, plastic food, carpets, clothing away. It's a waste of precious materials.
If we could build an economy that would use things rather than use them up, we could build a future that really could work in the long term.
You design the product in a way that
Can be taken apart once the consumer has finished using them.
you remanufacture it and give it out again. You can reduce your production costs hugely if applied correctly.
Instead of garments ending up in landfill.
Companies can repurpose it, reuse it, making profit out of their waste.
We take some resources from nature and bring it back in the form of nutrients. It's very much a natural cycle. We use less water in conventional agricultural methods. Our packaging is not a waste, it's something that we can consume and need.
We redesign everyday products to make them fully recyclable.
We farm as close to nature as is possible.
The H&M Group has set ambitious targets to use 100% sustainably sourced materials. There is a lot of conversation about not buying clothes, but different models where you can rent clothing.
We develop fully modular headphones that we offer on a subscription basis.
The circular economy itself is inevitable in my view.
It's not one fix. It's about the entire system being redesigned.
This is, to me, the only way to fight climate change, to fight pollution, to fight waste.
This is a business model that stacks up.
Global companies cannot survive in the future without transitioning towards a circular economy. That is a really exciting future.
All right. Back to our slide, yeah. All right, guys, how was the video, by the way? Hello?
Nice video.
All right, okay. I just
Very
need a
good, very
response
good,
because
very good.
sometimes I'm worried
Interesting.
that I'm the only one watching, you can't see. You know, it always happens to me. That's why I need to check from time to time. All right, so let me proceed the next slide. So how the circular economy works and shape a sustainable future. Okay, the first thing is design out the waste and pollution. All right, so circular economy designs out economic activities that negatively impact human health and natural systems. This includes the release of greenhouse gases, all types of pollution and traffic congestion. Number two, it also keeps product and materials in use. Circular economy favors designing product for durability, reuse, remanufacturing, and recycling to keep materials circulating for as long as possible. It is an economy that encourages many different uses for material instead of just using them up. So the third one is, if you look at the third one, regenerates a living system. A circular economy avoids the use of fossil fuel and non-renewable energy by preserving and enhancing the renewable resources. In returns, valuable nutrients to the soil to support regeneration, and actively improve in the environment. So something about this, I have another short video.
Living systems have been around for a few billion years and will be around for many more. In the living world, there's no landfill. Instead, materials flow. One species' waste is another's food. Energy is provided by the sun. Things grow, then die, and nutrients return to the soil safely. And it works. Yet as humans, we've adopted a linear approach. We take, we make, and we dispose. A new phone comes out, so we ditch the old one. Our washing machine packs up, so we buy another. Each time we do this, we're eating into a finite supply of resources and often producing toxic waste. It simply can't work long term. So what can? If we accept that the living world's cyclical model works, can we change our way of thinking so that we too operate a circular economy? Let's start with the biological cycle. How can our waste build capital rather than reduce it? By rethinking and redesigning products and components, and the packaging they come in, we can create safe and compostable materials that help grow more stuff. As they say in the movies, no resources have been lost in the making of this material. So what about the washing machines, mobile phones, fridges? We know they don't biodegrade. Here, we're talking about another sort of rethink, a way to cycle valuable metals, polymers, and alloys so they maintain their quality and continue to be useful beyond the shelf life of individual products. What if the goods of today became the resources of tomorrow? It makes commercial sense. Instead of the throw away and replace culture we've become used to, we'd adopt a return and renew one, where products and components are designed to be disassembled and regenerated. One solution may be to rethink the way we view ownership. What if we never actually owned our technologies? We simply licensed them from the manufacturers. Now, let's put these two cycles together. Imagine if we could design products to come back to their makers, their technical materials being reused and their biological parts increasing agricultural value. And imagine that these products are made and transported using renewable energy. Here we have a model that builds prosperity long term. And the good news is there are already companies out there who are beginning to adopt this way of working. But the circular economy isn't about one manufacturer changing one product. It's about all the interconnecting companies that form our infrastructure and economy coming together. It's about energy. It's about rethinking the operating system itself. We have a fantastic opportunity to open new perspectives and new horizons. Instead of remaining trapped in the frustrations of the present, with creativity and innovation, we really can rethink and redesign our future.
All right, we're back to our topic. All right, something that we need to think what exactly mentioned in that video. Yeah. All right, let me go to the next slide. So how do you implement the circular economy? All right, so the shift to a secular business model is a radical, restorative, and regenerative approach to business that requires a fundamentally different way of thinking. So many new models, materials, and product will come from entrepreneurs, but existing organizations also play a critical role by rethinking current strategies. Not-for-profit impact organization, Circle Economy has developed the key elements framework, which includes enabling elements and put into a practice example to help all the intervention levels like in a national, regional, sector, business, product, process, or material, create the condition and remove the barrier of the secular transition. So back to this, how do you implement this secular economy? If you look at this, what do you call that, the points that are given here, the design for the future, all right? So first one is a design for the future. It means the account for the system perspective during the design process to use the right materials, to design the appropriate lifetime and to design for an extended future use. And the next one, if we rethink the business model, meaning to say, we consider the opportunities to create a greater value and align incentive that builds on the interaction between product and services. And the next one, incorporate digital technology. So use technology, online platforms and technologies that provide insights to track and optimize resource use, strengthen the connection between the supply chain actor and enable the implementation of secular models. And the next one is the team up, they create joint value. It means we work together throughout the supply chain internally within the organization and with the public sector, the communities to increase transparency and create a joint value. And the last one, strengthen the advanced knowledge, meaning to say we have to develop a research, structure the knowledge, encourage the innovation network, and disseminate the finding with integrity. All right. There are a lot of at the moment the innovation research colloquiums in a loop. So we actually, this is one of the good idea that government is playing a role. All right. So next is the benefit of the secular economy model. Okay. So what is the benefits of here? Since the Industrial Revolution, humankind has been following the linear model of production and consumption. Raw materials have been transformed into goods that are afterwards sold, used, and turned into a waste that has been many times unconsciously discarded and managed. On the opposite, the secular economy is an industrial model that is regenerative by intention and design that aims to improve resources, performance, and fight the volatility that climate change might bring to the businesses. And it has benefits that are operational as well as strategic and brings together a huge potential for value creation within the economical, business, environmental, and societal spheres. Okay, these are the few benefits if you look here. Fewer greenhouse emission. It means if you notice at the moment there's one of the goal of the circular economy is to have a positive effect on the planet's ecosystem and to fight the excessive exploitation of natural resources. So this circular economy has been potential to reduce greenhouse gas emission and the use of the raw material, optimize agricultural productivity, and decrease the negativity externalities brought by the linear model. All right. So another benefits is healthy and resilient soils, meaning to say the principle of the circular economy on the farming system to ensure that important nutrients are returned to the soil through the anaerobic processes of composting, means the compost system, which softens an exploitation of land and natural ecosystem. Okay, in this way, a waste is returned to the soil. So besides having a fewer residues to deal with, the soil gets healthier and more resilient, allowing a greater balance in the ecosystem and surrounding. All right. Next is the increased potential for economic growth. So definitely we know that it's important to decouple the economic growth from the resources consumption. The increase of revenues from the new secular activities together with the cheaper production by getting products and materials more functional and easily disassembled and reused as a power to increase the GDP basically. All right. So then next one is a more resources saved. All right. That's true. Okay. From based on whatever benefit that we mentioned. Okay. When compared with the raw material extraction, that's common on the linear approach. The circular economy model has a potential to lead a bigger up. That is about 70% amount of the material saving. Okay, so this is considering the total demand of material will increase due to the growth of the world population and middle classes. A secular economy leads to a lower material as mentioned just now earlier, that's our Mr. Ramesh, I guess. All right. So next one is the demand for the new services. All right. All right. No, not yet. Sorry. Employment growth. Okay. Employment growth. According to the World Economic Forum, the development of secular economic model together with the new regulation, including taxation, the organization of the labor markets can bring greater local employment and entry level and semi-skilled jobs. Okay. And new profit opportunity. Definitely, if you look at this, it's a something new in the business. So there's a new profit opportunities is always there. And then the demand for the new services. Okay, according to the Alan MacArthur Foundation report, a circular economy model has a potential to create a demand for the new services and new job opportunities. This is based on his study. All right. So the last one is getting to know clients better. It means the circular economy model seems to foster business models where products are rented and leased by customers during the different periods of time, depending on the type of products. This gives businesses a chance to learn about their customers' usage patterns and behavior as they get interact more often. All right. Okay, so we come to the conclusion here. So the circular economy is one that requires organization across the value chain to explore, adopting disruptive technologies based on improving assets life, adopting mechanism for reusing, repairing, and remanufacturing in the production process. So the aim of the circular theory is to put back into the system everything relating to production, distribution, and consumption in order to extract as much as value as possible from resources and material we utilize. So the circular economy can be considered as an enabler to achieving overall sustainability in our economy. So I guess that's all. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.